please let me know if it's smooth or not. Is it smooth right now?
No.
No, it's not.
Uh-uh.
Okay, hold on. Let me just refresh it. Give me 1 second, okay? It was just Bradley, was it smooth for you? You didn't answer.
Wait, let me see.
Okay, hold on.
I'll do it.
Oh, shit. Oops. It's actually a little bit. Are you serious? My bad, guys. Maybe that's what we needed in order for it to smooth out. If it's not smooth, we'll go back to Huddle because we've been having some good success with that. But I wanted to try to watch some NFL tape to remind you guys that defenses are the same no matter the level, and that these guys are running it as well. So just because it's the NFL doesn't mean things change. Okay, so we're gonna watch Bengals against Pittsburgh, and you're gonna tell me if it's smooth or not.
It's
No.
choppy.
It's choppy.
Still?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I can try to refresh it one more time, see if it works. Maybe I can quit Chrome. I want to try one more time if you guys don't mind. Give me 1 second, fellas. Apologize for the delay. Chrome, where are you? And if not, we'll just hope and pray that it's not choppy on Huddle. All right, one last try. Any luck?
Better. It's definitely better. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Bradley?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay, it's you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so well, we've got an empty set to start and 5-man box. So technically this is a good run look if we were to do like a quarterback draw, right?
Yeah.
We see this a lot with the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen because he's such a run threat, right? Maybe even with Lamar or with Kyler or any other type of dual threat quarterback that can really, threaten with his legs. Based on, we see a ton of movement happening, right? So like, that's one thing that we have to, as you get into higher levels, you're seeing this safety here rolling, then he ends up rolling down. There's constant shifts. And why do you think that is?
To confuse the quarterback.
Confuse the quarterback, right? Because we're looking at a variety of different things. First thing we're looking at in terms of coverage. We already went over the box, right? So the next thing we're going to is our DBs. safeties and our corners, what's the first thing we're looking at next, Bradley, after the box?
Is it the safeties?
Yeah, so you're looking at how many high safeties they have, right?
Two.
Because there's 2 right now. Okay. And now how many do you think there are?
It looks like one's going up and one's dropping back.
There you go, right? So that's what's called a safety roll, right? Now, as we're scanning the defense, because there's a lot of movement and a lot of, like, you can see when Burrow is starting his cadence, right? He's going to show hands here in a second. He's showing hands. He gives a little hard count, and that changes him. It freezes him for a second, right? And as he continues through the cadence, you're seeing this guy start to roll up, right? So they could end up staying in 2 high. They could roll to 1, but what else on the field can we look at that has not changed in terms of the secondary and the DBs?
Corners.
The corners.
Right? They've stayed still. Okay, so we see off coverage from both of them, and both of them have eyes where?
Quarterback.
Inside.
Inside at the quarterback. Okay, so what is that? And then when you look at everybody else, let's say these 2 backers here, or nickels, whatever you want to call them, where are they pre-snap?
They kind of flip.
Well, in terms of their, let's say eyes.
No, I'm saying like their eyes like go from like the quarterback to their man.
Yes, they're kind of going back and forth, right? So, but to me, no one is really showing man-to-man technique. Would you guys
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's safe to say that this is zone coverage. Okay, so we have stick. We have a stick concept. Where do I draw here? Gosh, I have to remember where the
Top right, it says draw.
Oh man, hold on. I gotta get rid of this. Hide video pin. Hide. Controls. There we go. Now we got it. Cool. Okay, so I have to remember how to use DV Sport. We have a stick concept out of trips.
Those are some crisp lines.
Thank you. So off top, what do we have on the backside? Slant flat.
Slant flat.
So we have stick to the right, slant flat to the left. So this is a great call, and this is something that actually Tony Romo talked about after the win against the Bills. And they said they've got something to beat the coverage you're in. So in this situation, you have, back to drawing. You have a 2 high beater with the stick concept. And then I'm going to ask Bradley this because Jack, I know you know the answer to this.
Gotcha.
We have a 2 high beater to the three receiver side, and then we have what kind of concept, like slant flat? What do we want to run that concept against, Bradley? Do you know?
Cover 3.
Yep. And who's our key for that?
The outside backer.
Nice, good. This man right here, right?
Yeah.
If he sinks, who should we most likely throw?
The slant.
Mm,
Oh wait, no, the flat.
because if we're in cover 3,
He's
he's dropping into deep third, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not reading the flat. He's reading this vertical threat for those first 5 yards. And so if he sinks, we hit the flat. If he goes with the flat, we replace his zone with what route?
The flat. I mean the slant.
The slant.
Yeah.
So they end up being in 1 high.
3.
They end up staying in 1 high. So regardless, if it's cover 3 let's say it's cover 3 to the field right now, to the wide side of the field.
Okay.
Could we still potentially throw that out?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Because look at where our potential flat defender is here. I'm just gonna. You guys can see my arrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we see this flat defender here, and he's got the out, and this number 3 receiver has a stick. So we can still throw stick to cover 3. It's still a great play because the sideline should be open due to the fact that the outside number 1 has an
That's
outside
straight.
vertical
Yeah.
and getting that safety out of there.
Yeah.
So he brings his eyes to the right.
He saw that corner just like sit there. You see that?
Man, I see what you're saying there, but you don't think that we could still throw that there?
No, you definitely could, but it's just like, I think you know what I'm thinking. Like he's just like chilling.
For sure.
Like you could definitely hit it late, like right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say you want to hit it earlier. Bang, ball.
Yeah.
Now he might fly up and make the tackle. But I think
Sure.
that this is a completion here.
Yeah.
Now,
But you could also work the slant flat.
absolutely. Absolutely. So if you see that safety roll down, we should be thinking right now, we should be thinking slant flat in a perfect world. However, stick is not a bad play against cover 3.
Yeah.
It is a 2-high beater mainly, but stick can definitely be ran against cover 3 and be very effective.
So Minka Fitzpatrick, the guy who's rolling down, like what is he doing?
He's either robbing.
But they already have a guy there, the middle linebacker.
Right, but he doesn't go immediately to the flat. So this is almost a mistake on their defense.
Okay.
So a lot of times what you'll see is like safety will roll down and he'll have one of 2 responsibilities. He's either rolling down to cover the flat and then here's your middle hook, or he's going to the flat and Minka Fitzpatrick is the middle hook or the robbing safety.
Yeah. It looks like Minka goes like he realizes late.
Yes. I agree. What's he doing wrong?
He needs to like get out.
He needs to go. It's like ball's not coming.
Yeah.
You got to go. So we're seeing this happen in the NFL.
Yeah. He might have thought, actually, I don't know, because I don't know if the receiver sees like how many safeties there are, but he could have seen like that like type of coverage. I think maybe cover 2, so he like slows down and like widens out.
I get what you're saying. Now, what he should be doing then from a receiver perspective is continuing to look at the safeties because that's going to determine potentially how the corner plays.
Yeah.
Right?
Was it possible for the corner to play cover 2 that far off?
I would say because the safety is rolling down on that corner side, it's almost.
Well, I mean, like if it was too high and the corners were 10 yards off, is it possible to run cover
Yes.
2?
Yeah. If they trust their corners, they could just sit.
Yeah.
They could literally just sit and.
But they're just giving up like quick arrow routes and stuff because they're that far off.
Correct.
Okay.
And also, I think you had mentioned this before. There was a team that you guys were playing against this season where, and this is very common for corners to read 2 to 1, right? So if number 2 stays vertical, he stays vertical. If number 2 goes flat, he goes flat. And they could be disguising it as quarters pre-snap.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think
He sees. I don't know. I don't even know what Burrow sees. I could.
he just hesitates. He doesn't. He doesn't. He gets sacked, and and it's first play of the game for them.
Yeah.
This might even be first play of the season.
Damn, sack on the first play of the game it is the first play of the season. I think. It's actually
This is on September 11th of this year.
That's the first game.
That was the first game. So first play of the season, we get a sack.
Yeah.
And somewhat of a hesitation on a very simple read.
I mean, I
Okay.
guess that kind of makes sense, like getting used to the game again, like first game back.
Sure, sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I really like this right here. This is a good little lesson. Okay, so let's watch. First and foremost, we're what personnel are we in right now, Bradley?
11.
Nice. I like the quick answer. Good job. So we're in 11 personnel. Do we have a favorable box to run the football right now?
Yeah, yeah.
And Bradley, why is that? I heard you, Jack. I know you know
Well,
why.
Got it.
There's only 6 defenders in the box.
Yep. Simple as that. It's a numbers game, right? So we can run the football here. We've got numbers. All right. We're 6 for 6. Okay. So they're showing too high again. And I wanted to key in on this nickel over number 2 because he's trying to mess with you a little bit. Okay. Now, what's he showing right now, Jack?
Cobra.
What does that mean? I don't know what Cobra means.
Corner blitz. Sorry.
Well, this is a nickel here.
Well, DB blitz.
Okay. So nickel is much different than a corner blitz.
Okay.
But and just because like, you know, it's when a corner blitzes, it makes the safety have to cover a lot more ground,
Yeah.
right? Because it's all the way to the sideline.
Yeah.
So, and especially in the NFL, because the hashes are more condensed, they're closer together.
Yeah.
So we're paying attention to this here, right? And who would be the other defender in this play, or potentially 2 other defenders? I'm going to say 2 just to explain something later. But what 2 defenders could potentially replace him if he comes?
The safety.
The
Safety,
safety. So
or
this one
the-
here, right?
Or the backer.
Which one?
Left.
The middle.
Or right. If we're on offense. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
So the middle, like Mike Backer. The other thing that now I'm going to talk about him really quick. If he blitzes, right? He sinks. What's his leverage like right now on number 2?
Very bad.
So is it likely that he's gonna
No.
be the defender?
No.
Not as much. So I'll even incorporate a third defender. Who is a third defender that could potentially maybe fake and fake like he's rushing and drop?
Yeah.
TJ Watt.
This guy here, right? TJ Watt. And we know an athletic guy like him, can he drop into coverage?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what we're paying attention to right now is the fact that we're looking at the safeties. They're uneven right now. We're looking at the corners. They're a little bit more underneath now. They're not as deep in terms of depth pre-snap. And we're wondering if he's going to blitz or not. Okay, because if we look at this from a back view, if he engages him and he engages him, who's got him?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Or
Now-
the back. Yeah.
He could slide over if he's doing a really good job. And we can kind of see where his eyes, look at where he's peeking over. Look at where Mixon is peeking over right now. Hold on, I'll go back so you can see this. Can you guys see where he's peeking?
Yeah.
Where are his eyes right now?
On the right, if you're offense.
Mhm. And then he looks back in the middle, and he looks back over right as he comes into the field of vision. So he's very likely aware of that. And when they just
kind
make
of like a tip, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Isn't that kind of like a tip to the defense that they're passing? Like him, like
Ooh. Shit. I mean, if they pick up on that, yeah. Now, maybe that's why he's so subtle. Oh shit, sorry. You know, I don't think that he's necessarily, the head movement is very minimal,
yeah,
right? Would you agree?
Yeah, I would.
So,
But there's still there. It's still there.
oh yeah, it's still there. Still there. That's a great, looks like a pick six here.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Minka
Let's see how this plays out. They end up playing 2.
Minka knew it was coming. The corner.
Woo! And we have a smash concept to the right
Yeah.
side of the field. And a very, very poor ran route by the outside one. That's just my opinion.
What is it? I mean, he still got the corner though, right?
He got the corner. Now I think, is this late? Is this, you know,
No, it's just I feel like Minka just played it really good. Like, look how he just
1,
widens
2,
like
3,
immediately.
reset ball. I agree with you. It's a great play.
Yeah, but you know, if like Minka did this and you like picked it up on film, imagine like a bender like over the middle,
Mm-hmm. Maybe a little corner post.
bro. That would touchdown.
Even with, look at how aggressive the mic is.
Oh, so this is Tampa too, probably.
Look at how aggressive. I mean, he is flying back.
So it's
Regardless, I
probably-
think, yes, you're right, Jack. He's going to win. Tyler Boyd is going to win with speed behind that backer, and you can throw that there.
yeah,
Now, let's watch Burrow's footwork. 1, 2, 3, hitch, reset, ball. So if he
Okay.
throws that now off of his first hitch,
it's probably incomplete.
yeah, maybe he still makes a play on the ball. And maybe that slight hesitation is what causes, you know, the pick. In addition, do you guys notice? I mean, Boyd stops. He has to stop for the football.
Yeah,
So, Bradley, we were working the corners last night, and Jack, we've been working corners a lot as well. And what has been the instruction I've kind of been giving you in regards to throwing corner routes against cover 2?
lead him to the sideline.
We have to beat that safety to the sideline with our ball.
So
Because
this is sorry.
Go ahead.
So this is like Tampa too, basically.
Yeah, this is Tampa 2, especially with how aggressive. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Tampa 2.
All right.
You can even watch Tyler Boyd's route. He's going to kind of bend inside, which is a great technique because
Yeah,
what are we hoping the safety does with that stem?
bite with the post.
Yeah, right. And Minka doesn't at all.
He knew it was
He's
coming.
completely turned towards the sideline and expecting smash, expecting sideline ball. It's not the wrong decision. Maybe the feet could be slightly better. Maybe maybe the ball could be a little bit more towards the sideline. Let's see where Burrow's eyes go.
It went to like the center first.
They go up the field first, maybe because when we're looking at this pre-snap, do we know how many safeties are there going to be? Because he could easily roll over
Yeah.
top and stay in one high,
Yeah.
right? Especially with what happened on the first play.
Yeah.
So I do think that he maybe is looking at, towards the middle of the field. Maybe that's his way of confirming safeties.
Yeah.
Bradley and Jack, both of you guys, we've been working a ton on let me make sure that no one else has come in. Nope. We've been working a ton on trying to bring our eyes where first on a smash concept.
Limit the safeties.
Which safety in particular, Bradley? We were working this all last night.
Is it the backside safety?
Mm-hmm. And usually reading the backside safety can confirm what the other safety is
Coverage.
doing as well. Because
Yeah.
if he stays outside, that means that he's most likely staying over the top as well.
Yeah.
High medium controls.
In Tampa too, what's like the best place to like attack?
I personally still feel all of the to be honest with you, man, if you see them playing a lot of Tampa 2, even though that backer, he does make a run read first. Watch, you see that middle backer
Yeah.
make a run read first, run
Yeah.
read, then get back. I still feel that you can still attack the middle of the field and win with speed of your receiver versus speed of the Mike backer.
Uh-huh.
You just really have to, I mean, it just becomes almost a deeper bender,
Yeah.
and you really have to drive the football down the field. Hence
Okay.
why I'm this is something that I noticed about my game in playing at, the highest level I've played at is ELF and MLFB. I'd say the MLFB was guys were a little faster, and that was when I noticed, like, wow, like on your deeper throws, whether deep intermediate, meaning deep crossing routes, benders over the middle, deep digs, comeback routes, or corners towards the sideline, we have to really emphasize driving the football as much as possible so that it eliminates the defensive backs recovery opportunity.
Is like because the Mike backer like drops like to like basically like a deep third, does that mean like where he came from, is that like an open place?
Absolutely. And the next thing I was going to say is if they're running a lot of Tampa 2, hey, can we run a draw here? Can we fake pass and go run? Or can we just run the football against too high? That's a good run look. Cover a too high look is a pass coverage, right? It's you want to have, there's more safeties. There's one more safety into coverage rather than the safety coming down and filling run. So, maybe try to test out your run game a little bit and see if, hey, can we work with the 6 guys in the box? Can we keep up with them man to man? Can we, here, I'll go back one more time. Still smooth for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
smooth.
Okay. Am I on the right play? No.
This is next one, I think. Yeah, it's this one.
Can we
Yeah, it is.
now maybe high-low him? So can we go, maybe we go like Mike sit or a little OTB route and then go over top here.
What is that, a bender?
Yeah, bender. Yeah, just the
Okay.
like middle of the field post,
Okay.
bender. Is that going to keep him more honest?
Yeah. I feel like that's just like I feel like that's just a good like defense.
It's a great defense against 4 verts or against a smash concept like this. And
Yeah.
and just like I said earlier, and hey, maybe this is the throw we just make the check down to, right? Clear the backer
Yeah.
out, clear the backer out, and running back comes out of the backfield. Boom.
Yeah.
Take him.
Back is open. He also has the whatever the under route is pretty open.
He does, but like think about what our key is, right? So
Yeah,
like
yeah, I'm
in
just
terms of
saying.
just like reaction, I get what you're saying. It does come open late.
Because he like, I feel like in this at this time of his progression, he's like, it's like his first read really isn't open. He just forces it.
The corner?
Yeah.
But if this is our key, I think like I'm throwing the smash here too.
I
especially
mean,
if I read too high.
yeah,
I'm not going to the slant flat.
no, but I don't know. I feel like if you see Minka like going out that far, like that's just like that would just like I wouldn't throw it.
So you're saying, I mean, are you going from corner to safety?
Yeah,
Okay. Me personally in my game, I'm just thinking like, as soon as I see that corner sit, I'm like right off this hitch, I'm ripping this ball to the sideline.
yeah, yeah. I could see that. I mean, but it also like film and stuff. You'd probably like learn like
For sure. If we're seeing him over pursue to the sideline on cover 2, we're definitely paying attention to that.
yeah. I mean, it's the first game of the season, so like it's
Yeah, you don't necessarily know what they're going to come out in exactly. You're studying their D coordinator, and hey, maybe their D coordinator was with the Browns last year, or wherever it could be, the Chargers, and you're watching a ton of Chargers tape because this is the coach and this is his defense and this is what he's telling his players to do.
Would you ever study like preseason film?
I don't know if I have. I think there actually is some available on this account.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you were like the starting quarterback, it was week 1, would you watch like the other team's preseason?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think you're trying to, you're getting any advantage you can. And at the end of, at these levels, I mean, they're like, I think, Jack, you do some of this at Bosco, I think. You're having to, these guys are so smart, and they've got so much time to prepare. It's their job. It's what they're doing every day. And where was I going with this? You're having to memorize, what defenses they align in and every single personnel. What are their common defenses they run on first down? Does that vary between personnel and formation?
Yeah,
Do they, not only just every down, but also down in distance, right? Like, do they have specific defenses that they like to run on 3rd and long, 3rd and short? Do those adjust based on your personnel?
yeah,
It's more than just, you're playing, modern day and they're playing cover 3 the whole game.
yeah.
It's so much study. It's so much studying happening during the week. Okay, so do we have a favorable box?
Yeah.
Yep, we're 6 for 6. So we run the football and we get a decent gain, 5 yards. Love it. Let's see the blocking scheme here. So 1 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 1 for 1. And then do you see how these 2-on-1 matchups are now going to work up to the linebackers?
Yeah.
Let's see how well they do that. Not a bad job to the right side, which is where the run ends up going. And it's tough on
The tight end.
the left side because this D end goes in, which would cause him to follow and him to have to kind of have no choice but to run into him. But this is a good job by this tackle here. I think that's, or is that the guard? Yeah, it's a good job by this tackle here, number 73, of making sure that this end does not get inside of him. So he's not able to get through here. He seals that with his angle.
Yeah.
And the outside back, or that outside backer that goes to our left side C gap, their right side C gap, right? It's kind of like it doesn't really matter because he's not impacting the run anymore because of the angle he takes. Good play. 2nd and 5. I like it. We're in a good position. What the heck just happened? There we go. Still smooth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're in a bunched look. We're in 11 personnel still. Tight ends to the right. Safety's down. This is looking very much like a one high look.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to throw a little curveball at you. How would this turn into an inverted cover 2 to the boundary side of the field? So inverted just means it just means like defenders switch responsibilities.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. The corner would play the deep half and then Minka would play the flat.
Yep. Very likely that can still happen.
Okay.
And that's the complexity of the NFL, right? Like you have defenders that can do that, right? He drops, just like you said, that boundary corner drops into the deep half. This field safety stays on the field deep half, right? And then Minka, the strong safety that just rolled down from over here, now has flat.
So it's like 4 on field, 2 backside.
Correct. Now,
Do you know that's what they did or no?
I do not. I don't know if
Okay.
that's what they did. Well, inside split zone. So we're washing down left, and then Boyd, I think that's Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, it is.
Tyler Boyd is going to split across and try to kick out the end.
Oh, so it's like a crack block.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this is a very like teams play action off of this all the time, where he'll slip block and then
Run a
go out to the
flat.
flat,
Yeah.
right? And then maybe he has a corner or something like that. We have a little smash concept.
We have that play.
So it's just inside zone. It's inside zone left. Great run by Mixon. Great cutback. It's a very, very good read. He's able to get right back to the backside B gap, basically. Because Tyler Boyd is running across to kick out the last man on the line of scrimmage, are we protected to run the football? Because initially, how
Yeah.
many would you say are in the box right now?
7.
7, right? So the 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, and then 2 backers in the box.
Yeah, you could. I mean, with the crack block, you're protected, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And especially since like we have receiver on, is this Minka?
Yeah.
Receiver on DB. So we take that as an even matchup.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if that's a linebacker or another defensive end, a little bit of a different story.
Yeah.
I think we're still a little we're outnumbered slightly when it comes to that. And look at Burrow rolling out and him continuing through. Right? So we're setting up this play action for later.
Wait, so he just didn't even block anyone? He was just another
Mm-mm.
split.
Well, because is Minka really like that aggressive down the line of scrimmage? I guess at first, like with his first steps.
Yeah, I got you.
Now, hey, maybe this was a miss on his part. We don't know. Or maybe they're just trying to set up the action for later. Coach, they're getting this live feedback every single play. They have an analyst up top looking at that last play and then relaying that information to the coordinator and going, hey, look, like this is what happened on that last play. So we do have this action if we want to set that up.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They have way more guys that are not listed, in the general staff, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach, quarterbacks coach, right? They've got, offensive analysts. They've got quality control guys. They've got
What's quality control?
a quality control guy is like oftentimes it's just another word for like a GA. It's somebody doing the work that I just explained. The stuff
Okay.
that is not necessarily, put on television, and, it's behind the scenes, right? It's some of the dirty work, right? That they're having to do rather
what's
than
an
calling the
example?
play themselves.
Oh, like just fake like tendencies and stuff.
Yeah. They're an assistant.
Okay.
They're an assistant. They're working with the coordinators. They're working with the different position groups and assisting to that coach.
Got it.
Okay, so we have another empty look here. I would say that they line up very similar to this empty look as they did earlier. Corners are off. They're trying to create some sort of manipulation with the safeties slightly.
Yeah,
And ooh, look at that middle of the field, Jack, like you were saying earlier.
bro, like this whole play I just like knew it was cover 2 for whatever reason. Actually, because the safety is so wide,
Mm-hmm.
and like at Bosco, Lowe talks about like the triangle of like the corner, safety, and backer, and it's like if you see a corner, if you see a triangle, it's most likely like cover 2 because the inside shade backer means like he has the hook curl and the corner has a flat.
Got it. So like it kind of different from like this one is a little bit of a different triangle.
Yeah, that's not. It's yeah.
If he was maybe over here,
It would be a better triangle. Yeah.
right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and then on the back side, or I mean not the back side, the field side, it's 4 because he's outside shade.
Yes.
At least I
Yes.
think it's 4.
I think so. I would agree with you, especially with how this safety is playing. He's playing a little bit more of a quarters technique where he has eyes for, vertical or slot vertical threat.
So what is this called, like cover 6 or something?
Yeah, it's just a little bit. It's like a quarter. I've heard it cover 6. I've heard it called. I've heard it called quarter half. I've heard it called I've even heard people call this combo coverage. Even though I would say for the most part, combo coverage is man to one side
Zone to
and
another.
zone to the other. So yeah, you could say that this is cover 6 or quarter half. And look at how quick Burrow is in terms of his decision to this out here in comparison to the first play of the game when they ran stick.
Yeah.
Right. It's like he brings his eyes over there and it's like ball right now. And that corner probably would have made the same exact play on the ball the first play of the game. 4-yard gain. I'm taking that on first down in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm taking it on first down at any level. Okay, a formation that all three of us don't run haven't ran very often. We are still in 11 personnel because what is his position?
Tight end.
Tight end. So despite the fact that he goes into the backfield, we're technically still in 11 personnel.
I have a question. What's the like what number is it if you have a designated fullback?
He counts as a running back.
Okay.
So
Wait, the running back is the first number, right?
yes.
All right.
So like, hey, depending on who you're talking to, someone could go, hey, well, they went from 11 personnel to 20 personnel,
Yeah.
right? Is this a favorable run look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6 for 6 right now. Now,
Honestly, sorry.
I would say especially interior run. Because do you know what these defenders are called here? And here's the hint, not DNs, but what their
Outside
positioning is.
linebacker.
Well, okay, yes, but very likely they're outside backers, but oftentimes you'll see defensive ends line up in this very, very wide position. And I just used the word wide and emphasized it because that's a hint in what the position is called, or the positioning of the D lineman.
What is it? It's like 9 tech or something?
Yes, a wide 9, a
Okay.
wide 9 technique. Do you know why this has become so common in the NFL?
Edge rushers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you got Micah Parsons
Yeah.
coming off the edge, and that fool's running a 4.3. You ever hear about these guys running 4.3s at the combine?
No, but they low-key are kind of fast though.
Hell yeah, they are. That's why they're playing tackle. But 4.3 is 4.3, right?
Yeah.
4.3 is a lot different than, you got this guy coming off the edge. It makes his life a living hell. Now, what do we notice? I'm kind of hoping that you guys have noticed this. If not, watch it this weekend because you will see it. Have you guys ever noticed the jump that the tackles get?
Yeah, I do.
What talk to us about that a little bit, Jack?
It feels like it's a false start, but
Yeah.
it's like not.
Yeah, totally. And it's funny because when you hear like what's that guy? Gene
Saratobi? Yeah. I
you know
what
who
you're
I'm talking about. You get Gene, you get Mike Tirico. Is it Mike no, not Mike Tirico. Mike guy with the glasses, Italian guy. Anyways, they
The
talk
rules
about this all the time.
analyst.
They talk
Yeah.
about this. You'll hear Romo talk about it, especially because he's been in it. You'll hear Greg Olson talk about it. These guys are literally almost false starting every play. And it's almost like the league has allowed for it because these guys are just so freaking good. And if they don't false start, he's going to get sacked.
Yeah.
And what do people want to watch a 3-0 game?
No.
They want points scored.
Yeah.
Right. So it's almost like the league has allowed for this subtle, I guess, rule break. And the other league that you see this happening in is the CFL. And in the CFL, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but they allow for 2 forward motions. So receivers can get a running head start into their route from
Whoa.
behind the line of scrimmage. And what you'll notice there is half the time the freaking ball is snapped and the receivers are 1 to 2 yards up the field. And it's the same thing there. They allow for about 1 to 2 yards of wiggle room for the receiver to actually be offsides.
What if the DB is like pressed?
Good luck. The DBs in the CFL are like way, way, way off the ball.
So you could just like running start hitches all
Yes.
day. That's funny.
It's a much different game. It's also only 3 downs.
Really?
Yep.
It is?
It's only 3 downs.
Is there
Yeah.
is there any punting?
There is. There's punting.
So you have to punt on 3rd down.
Yep.
Bro, that's great. Okay, I guess that like counteracts the running start.
And so the CFL is a really, really heavy passing league because of the rules for the receivers. It's very rare that you see.
Is that why they made those rules?
Huh?
Is that why they made those rules?
That's a great question. the CFL has been around for, I think they just celebrated their 100th anniversary. So it's
Wow.
been around for a really long time. And as far as I know, they've always had the same rules. There's also 12 players on the field.
Bro, what?
There is.
Yeah, there's 12 players on the field. The field is, the end zones are 20 yards long.
What?
In comparison to the NFL, which is 10.
10, yeah.
The field goal post is on the goal line rather
Yeah,
than on
the-
the back line.
Yeah.
And what's the
Wait, so you could straight up just run into the pole.
Yep.
What the-
Yep.
Bro, that would be crazy to play.
Oh, it happens. It happens. And you could also, like, hey, quarterback could throw it off the crossbar and that shit's in play,
Bro, that's crazy.
right? So it's a whole different game. Different
Yeah.
game. It's very rare that you'll see, oh, last rule. Guess what these guys have to do?
Be like a yard back.
Yep, they have to be, I think, 1.5 yards behind the ball.
Why?
It's just the rule.
Bro, that so it's literally all offense.
It's a lot of offense. Yes, it's a lot of offense. But it also, it's like, hey, like, you know, defenses know that there's going to be probably more pass plays being ran. You know, a lot of the times, because there's 12 guys on the field, a majority of the time you'll see 3 deep. And they'll play 3 safeties with 2 corners.
So literally like an upgraded Tampa 2. basically.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Very
And they
rare that you'll
suck.
see an I formation, you know, it's very rare.
It's all just spread.
It's yeah, I'd say it's probably 95% shotgun. And it's not spread because what will happen is you'll have guys like starting back here and they could like go like this.
Wait, so you could have 6 receivers wide, like double trips.
Yes.
That's funny.
Okay, let's look at this play here. This is another kind of split zone look where they leave the end free and try to impact him with the jet motion as that being a threat. So we go here, probably double team to this backer. Boom, boom, and we're good. We've got numbers. And he can get up the field too. Let's see if this it goes outside. Got a pitch left. We don't double team. We just get immediately over. It's like we're really trying to sweep across. And who messes up? Let's see why this does not work. He's trying to get all the way over here to 94. The center is trying to get all the way over to 94, sweep across, and trying to get outside of him, ideally. That's a really hard block to make. Hopefully he can slow him down. He does not. So it kind of messes up his block too. And now he's no longer working up towards a backer. And look who comes to fill. You guys see that?
Yeah.
So I think in a perfect world, he becomes lead block after he cracks. He gets outside. Whew, that's a tough one. Man, that's a tough one. It's just, sorry, I didn't mean to draw that. It's just a tough angle for these guys to get to. He tries to get outside, and ideally, if he swims inside and is that aggressive, he should just ignore that. and work up to 55. He shouldn't get caught up in the fact that he just lost. It's almost like, oh, good. You went inside. The run's going this way. So I don't need to worry about you. Work up. Because 94 isn't going to make the play. Do you guys need me to replay that, or are you good on that?
No, I got it.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. You guys want to see passes?
Burrow had like 4 picks this game, I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
Yeah.
They struggled in the beginning of the season. I think they started like 3-4, didn't they?
No, I think they were like 0-3, and then they like won a couple, and then like lost 2, and then they've been on like an 11-game winning streak.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. I think they're the Super Bowl favorite right now.
Nah,
I think it's going to be Bengals Eagles.
I got the Niners.
You think Niners?
Yeah, I think Niners just because like, bro, the Niners defense is like historically good.
They are balling right now.
The whole team is.
Yeah, they're really balling right
Yeah.
now. They're really balling.
The only chance the Eagles have is like putting pressure on Brock. Like a lot of pressure.
Which I felt like the Cowboys did a decent job of that.
Yeah, Micah didn't do anything because Trent Williams is like a dog.
Boy, that man is Trent Williams is
Yeah, he's really good.
he's a freak, man.
Yeah,
He is a freak.
he's someone said he ran like a 4.6,
I wouldn't doubt it.
and he's
Have you ever seen those plays where like they line him up at tight end and
yeah,
he does exactly what I was talking about earlier, that split block where he's coming
Yeah.
across. Oh my God.
there's like that one video against the Packers where he like pancakes like 2 people,
Dude, what do you do when that guy's like,
just
That
chop
dude's
block,
huge.
just go for his legs.
are you gonna take him on? Like,
Yeah,
no way. Especially if it's like Minka Fitzpatrick coming down. Like, dude, he's gonna blow him up.
yeah, even like
There's
any
no
like
chance.
any backer, any linebacker.
Dude, he is a big man. He's a
Yeah.
big man. There was a video of him like walking or like coming out of his Ferrari, like
Yeah, and he was like
pre-game, and
limping.
did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Where his like freaking butt crack is hanging out because he can't even like fit his skinny jeans on.
No, I think he was just sagging. I think that's like the look.
He for sure had plumber's crack when he came out of the car and then fixed himself and was sagging a little bit. And I was just like, dude, those things are about to rip. Like if he takes a longer stride, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
and he was like, where's my what? No red carpet? No red carpet? Or something. He said something like that. Oh man. Okay, this will be the last play we go over. We see a difference in their defense against empty. They're showing 1 high right now against 11 personnel. To me, this looks like 3. Would you
Why
guys
is the
agree?
safety like? Is he like shifted to one side, or is that just me?
This guy here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is like
Yeah, a little bit, but
Well, it's on the left hash, so
it is on the
Oh.
left hash. And remind yourselves, guys, like here, like the difference in hashes, right? Like this is like high school hash because the
Yeah.
numbers in the NFL are also condensed.
really.
They're further inside. Yes. They're further inside. So he's much more in the middle of the field than you think. Now, Bradley, I like your analysis though. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, hey, like, could he potentially could the safety that's down right now and basically just like sitting in the robbing zone right now? I mean, this is the NFL. Could he still just go there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he could.
Absolutely. Now, I think that there's other tendencies or things that you can see pre-snap that might give that away. And we haven't even had the chance to go into that because of the complexity of this film. Like this is a much much different session than when we're watching high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys can do a lot more, and the coaches trust them to be able to make up way more ground than
Yeah.
maybe a high school coach does with his players, or even
Yeah.
a college coach with his players.
Does like this complexity happen at like the college, like Power 5 level, like this type stuff?
I think it does, but not that often.
Okay.
It's there's still a lot of there's still many more, in my opinion, there's a lot more mismatches at the college level than there are at the NFL level.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is the best of the best in the world, right? Like college is still, you know, that's why not, you know, that's why freaking the entire Alabama defense isn't, you know, aren't all of the guys that are going in the first, second, and third round. Like there's a select few, right?
Yeah.
And you're getting these random guys from, you know, these small schools, or, you know, that are just like that much better of a playmaker, right? So now you're combined. It's, you know, they're all-star teams.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think like people who do like horrible in college, like still like get drafted high just because like their potential.
Yep. And hence why I wanted to do the S2 test, because it's more than just the physical traits, right?
Yeah. Well,
You know,
I mean, you
it's,
could just have like really good mental, and that could be like reason to get
yes,
drafted.
but I think if you're if you don't have the physical traits, they're not even going to consider the mental.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, it's you know, because all the not all of them,
Same
but
thing
a
with
lot.
like recruiting in college. Like you got to pass the eye test first.
Exactly, and it's even more specific when you get to the NFL. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like with Bryce. You know, he's training, and his coach, his performance coach, first conversation we had together was, yeah, you know, we're just, you know, we're really trying to increase his size, you know, because, you know, that's the one downside that, you know, all the scouts are
Yeah.
saying about him, right? Like we got to get him bigger. We got to get him bigger so that he, you know, so that they stop questioning that as much, you
Well,
know.
yeah,
and
because if you don't have height, then you have to have speed or be big.
yep, and I think Bryce is a very, I mean, shit, he's super elusive,
Yeah.
right? Now, is he going to be running around like Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson though in the NFL?
I would say you could run like Kyler, not Lamar though.
Oof, I don't think he's as fast as Kyler. I'd be curious to see what his 40 ends up being, or if he even runs it.
They have like a similar play style, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I think like Lamar and like Justin Fields are more like they're like different than like Kyler, Russ, and
I like the Russell example. I think he's a little more similar to Russell Wilson. Just because Russell Wilson is like, he's not gonna like burn you for 50.
that's what
He's
like
gonna like
Lamar
freaking run around over here, and then I'm gonna get 10.
But like I've never seen like Kyler like do something like Justin Fields did this year where he like runs like a 60-yard touchdown. I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. I
I'd have to
did
watch
see that play where he was like in the backfield for like 20 seconds.
Oh my God.
he ran like 90 yards.
So here's your cover 2 invert. And you could even say this is Tampa 2 invert.
Or hit the bender, bro.
I agree.
Bro,
Let's see the
that
whole
kinda looks
concept.
like
Let's
okay.
let's see the whole concept. So this is smash. This is just like trip smash.
Did he throw a pick here?
I don't know. No, he checks it down to the tight end.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
So we've got, whoops, let me draw this. We got bender, corner, chip, release to the flat, chip, release to the, he kind of just goes right here. Sorry, excuse me. And then,
Box corner.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
he runs it a little bit more like a post corner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
And so does Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase kind of runs it like a post corner too.
Yeah. I thought he just ran it like a regular corner. But okay. Yeah, I see that.
This is a man. This is a tough coverage to read.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, think about like this is the first time you're seeing it and you're not having all this time to to analyze it.
yeah,
Right.
but bro, if you see it, you can burn it like badly.
Yes. And I think what I'm thinking here is, okay, maybe it's cover 3. Right. And so
I mean,
if
still
it's
seam, cover 3 seam.
exactly,
But think about like just
I'm
double
throwing it right now.
streak.
I'm throwing it
Yeah,
right now, right there. If I read cover 3,
yeah, yeah, facts. But what about if it's like that invert coverage, like just run streak?
well, regardless if it's invert 2 or if it's cover 3,
Streak
these
is
guys
still
should be
good.
good enough to recognize whether is middle of the field open or is it closed,
Yeah,
right? And this is a vertical threat. This is a vertical threat. So this is canceling them out. They're impacted by something. So if this is smash, when I've ran smash, just like I said, the bender route has the 2 high 1 high read. So he can either stay up the field vertical on 1 high, or he can bend in the middle if he sees middle of the field open. He can also cross face and just run a dig. Now, if I'm going back, oh man, throw it. But hey, we check it down, we get a first down.
yeah,
Right? Like we have smash. We have more of a traditional cover 2 look to the boundary, and the corner sinks. So we throw the underneath read on smash. Not necessarily a bad decision. It's just maybe there could have been a better one, and they're definitely coming back to this hopefully later, or maybe the second time they play them in the season.
yeah.
That was a really cool film session. Do you guys have any questions?
Nah,
Nah.
All good?
yep,
There's a lot of manipulation happening in the NFL, but the zones are still all being, they're the same, right?
Yeah.
The coverages are the same. They're just, maybe different defenders are going to get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're switching responsibilities because they're all good, and they can all cover, or they're, so all right, no questions. We're all finished up.
all right,
You guys
All
have
right.
have a good rest of your night.
yep, see ya,
Thank you,
Take
coach.
care.
see
You're
ya.
welcome. You're welcome. See ya.
Thank you.